Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. And I think you're going to hit the like button on this. You may as well do it now. And while you're there, hit the subscribe button, especially you long-time viewers who are yet to subscribe. Do hit there. And if you are someone who thinks they're subscribed, check it. You know YouTube sometimes unsubscribes you. Now, we have a wonderful little spat starting to brew in the Scottish Tory party. It's all due to natural stupidity, we shall say. An error, perhaps you could say, of judgment. Certainly, it wasn't intended to happen, but it has, and what has been said cannot be unsaid, and what has been seen cannot, alas, be unseen. Now, I did a video yesterday about Megan Gallagher, and I talked about her. I talked her up, said very nice, blah, 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 blah. You know, doing good work, don't have a problem with her, but I don't think she is leadership material. However, Stephen Kerr, a Tory MSP, thinks she is leadership material. And he has announced this to the world, but he's done so in the worst possible way, because he has already publicly come out and backed Murdo Fraser. And now he's slagging off Murdo Fraser and praising Meghan and saying that he'd wished he'd backed her. And he's slagging off others in the party as well. This has got potential to run and run. I feel that this little spat may well end up being a rivening within the party. They're all going to have to huddle around, make up, kiss, shake hands, be gentlemen about it, and move on and pretend it doesn't happen or it didn't happen. Otherwise, it's going to be grim. However, we will go through this because what it is, it's, as I say, it's Stephen Kerr. And I always get them confused because there's Stephen Kerr, there's Liam Kerr, who's one of the challengers for the leadership. And then there's another Kerr, but he's currently in prison for touchy-feelies or something to do with children, isn't it? Pictures or something. Or maybe touching them. I don't know, something like that. But they're all related. So, and I'm not saying that in any way that those two, Stephen and Liam, are in any way connected or doing that. But I am saying the fact is that they're all related. Another thing, incidentally, if ever you go and have a look at Stephen Kerr's WhatsApp page, and it's WhatsApp that we're talking about, have a look at the picture. Honestly, he hasn't used a picture of himself. Well, it is technically, but it's AI generated. And so instead of looking like Stephen Kerr, it looks like what Stephen Kerr wishes he looked like. It's a much younger man, much thinner of face, much more rugged and handsome than the real one. And like I say, about 10 years younger. It's funny. Go and have a look at it. Anyway, at the moment, the Scottish Tories are in chaos. Now, I'm going to go through this article because it's funny. But anyway, the Scottish Tories are in chaos over this whole leak. But I will say this. Don't forget that when you're on on WhatsApp, you can do private messages or you can do public ones. Remember that. Stephen Kerr didn't. Let's go. A key ally, I'll read this through, it's just so funny. A key ally of Scottish Tory leadership hopeful Murdo Fraser has said he wishes he backed Megan Gallagher in a social media blunder. Stephen Kerr blasted fellow MSP Mr. Fraser's pitch to members and added that his campaign is awful. Now, Stephen Kerr's backing Murdo Fraser and then saying, it's awful. Russell Findlay will be sitting back home laughing his tits off, won't he? He honestly will go, or however it is that Russell Findlay laughs. Not like some kind of theatre, melodrama, Victorian melodrama bad guy, but you know what I mean. Anyway, in messages accidentally posted on his WhatsApp profile under update, and it was visible to all, he said, I'm beginning to wish I'd nominated Meghan. Murdo's campaign is awful. Mr. Kerr, who also questioned Mr. Fraser's decision to publicise an online meeting with the MSP and party transport spokesman Graham Simpson. He wrote, really? Graham? He said, Simpson knows zilch about working with councillors. Oh, it's just I'm slagging off him. I'm slagging off her. Him. I'm praising her. And at the same time, I'm announcing that I don't really like Russell Findlay. So when Russell Findlay wins, I've got no chance of getting anything from him. Mr. Fraser, Murdo Fraser, declined to comment and said he hadn't seen Mr. Kerr's WhatsApp posts. Yeah, that's right, hadn't seen them, my arse. If he's just conveniently hasn't seen them, then he doesn't have to respond to them. That's all that. He says, but I don't believe for a minute that Stephen thinks like that. Perhaps you should read them and see exactly how Stephen Kerr thinks. Mr. Kerr said in a statement that he still backed Mr. Fraser, walking that back dead quick, isn't he? And that it was regrettable that part of a private conversation had been taken out of context. What part of that conversation could be taken in any other context? It's just ridiculous. He's talking about, oh, your presentation is awful, your campaign is awful. No, that's it. There is no context other than that. Oh, I wish I'd backed Meghan. Give me another context for that. It's bullshit. Of course it is, but he's trying to walk this back. He's trying to heal the divisions that he has caused. He's opened the wound and he's trying to put a sticking plaster on it, and it isn't going to work, I think. He said, I've known Murdo nearly all my adult life, and I'm certain he is the leader we now need. This is the man who's just said he wished he'd backed Meghan. Lies. It's all lies. Now, fine, you can have as many views as you like, but in public, once you've called for something, you've got to stick with it. Otherwise, you get this, don't you? This whole mess. It is just a laugh, isn't it? He said it was a private conversation and everything was taken out of context, and it's bollocks. Anyway, so you've got this list. You've got these people. There's 6 of them, isn't there? There's obviously Russell Findlay and Murdo Fraser. They're really the only 2 with a chance, and even then, I think it'll be Russell Findlay. There's Liam Kerr, who outside chance, maybe, not bad. I don't mind Liam Kerr actually. There's Ben Whittle. People say who. There's Jamie Green. People say who, and then of course there's Megan Gallagher, and people go, yeah, but maybe not. Who knows? Maybe next time. That's it. But there you go. It's a laugh. It's basically musical chairs at the top of the Scottish Tories, and then they hand the job to Russell Findlay. But look at the damage done by people posting publicly their private thoughts. Never do it. Never do it if you are a politician. Thanks a lot. Bye.